Welcome everybody to Too Many Toonz, the podcast where each week we discuss some of the best and worst cartoons around. My name is Steve, and I'm joined by the dopest of co-hosts.
Hi there, I'm Alex. I'm really excited.
Yo, I'm Perry, and I'm also very excited. One may say hyped.
Are all really excited to finally talk about Steven Universe.
One of our favorites.
I think it's my favorite cartoon, like...
Right now,
period.
definitely.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else. Like, Gravity Falls comes really close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But nothing compares to Steven Universe for me. There's just something about it. We'll get into it in a minute, because I don't want to start rambling like right off the bat here. So what have you guys been up to? Alex, what have you been doing this week?
Well, I'm back at school. It's a new quarter of university, and but it's like, beginning of everything, so it's not actually work yet. So I'm kind of just like getting all my chores out of the way before I have to stop doing them for 2 months. So yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Nice.
What about you, Perry?
Man, not a whole lot going on in my end. I somehow got a sinus infection all of a sudden, so I slept all weekend, and that's pretty much it. Not anything exciting. What about you, Steve?
It's the same as usual, lounge stuff and working, really. I'd like to say that I'm working on a new video, but I have game footage, but that's about it.
We're just a trio of exciting people, aren't we?
Yeah, really.
It's a super exciting week, you guys.
Okay,
We were just waiting for this podcast. That's all it was.
I bet eventually, I'll have something going on, and it'll just wow everyone with my exciting life. But for now, it's this.
I can't wait. So today we're covering 2 episodes. We said we were going to do this last week because Steven Universe episodes are like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 to 11 minutes long.
Yeah, so we decided to supplement for the shorter time. We're just going to do 2. The 2 episodes that we are covering today are Tiger Millionaire and what was the second one? Beach Party?
Beach Party.
So we're going to talk about Tiger Millionaire first right here. And I just want to say right off the bat, I'm still like insanely hyped from WrestleMania 31. So watching Tiger Millionaire was dope.
That's awesome.
It was just a lot of fun. The whole episode is just a good one. I don't know. What do you guys got?
I was just going to say real quick, I was really hoping you were going to mention WrestleMania, because I didn't get to see it. So I was really hoping you were going to get super hype based off the wrestling hype and then wrestling in Steven Universe.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
The timing of this was like perfect too, because it just happened like last night from when we were recording this. And it was so insane. I loved it. Oh my God. It was like, since I'm just getting into wrestling, it's my first WrestleMania, so it made it even more hype for me. It was great. I loved it.
So I guess I'm the only one here who didn't watch WrestleMania last night, but...
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it either.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't have like the pay-per-view channel or whatever for it.
Yeah. I see I have WWE Network. It was on there. I was watching it. I was in a Skype call with Terry. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, this podcast isn't about wrestling. There's better podcasts for that.
Yeah.
So Tiger Millionaire, just a quick rundown of what's going on. Amethyst leaves in the middle of the night to go to this underground wrestling thing that's in Beach City.
Yeah.
And Steven finds out about it, and hilarious shenanigans ensue.
Yeah, that ensuing is like what I love about this, because like the story unfolds so organically. Like, this is how these characters would just act in this scenario. Like, it's so natural,
Oh yeah, I love it. It's so good. It's this kind of episode that makes me like Amethyst more.
Yeah.
It's like when the show first started off, Amethyst was like my least favorite, and I think she still is, even though I still like her. But, like, it's episodes like this where her personality and everything shine through. And especially, like, when you get to know her backstory in much later episodes, you can kind of see why she acts the way she does. And it's a really cool thing to notice and pick up on.
Yeah, rewatching is really worth it for that. Like, it's kind of surreal, like seeing some of their motivations.
I think this is the episode for me, when I was watching this the first time through, Steven Universe, I mean. I wasn't, like, too keen on the show yet. Like, I was like, okay, I see what the show's going for, but like I wasn't like drawn in. And this one I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And I was sunk into it ever since then. And I think a lot of that,
what exactly, like,
from what got me into it was like just how like silly the characters were, but like also relatable, because like Amethyst is kind of like the bad kid, or like the more edgy character, and she always feels like, you know, she can't get along with other characters that are a little bit more straight laced, and Steven just wants to be cool, and I love it because like they totally capture the stupid bullshit that you see in wrestling, and like how exciting it is to like witness just stardom in what wrestling too. And it also like does stuff with the characters that I liked a lot too, like character development and shiz. It just had a lot of cool stuff going on. It was just so funny.
Yeah, you mentioned like the way they handle like kind of their like loving parody of like wrestling backstories and stuff. They do such a good job just throughout the entire show with like that kind of like imitating cultural things and like doing it in a loving way but still making fun of it.
Totally.
Like with the you know, like the book series Connie's reading, and like the what else? I don't know. Like just throughout the entire series, like I don't know, like the Cookie Cat rap. Oh, Little Butler. Little Butler is the other one. With like 90s sitcoms, and like they just it's really impressive to me. And then they always like bring it back as a plot device or something. Like it's not just there for the hell of it.
That's a good point. I really enjoy it because it makes the actual show feel like it has some kind of standing in real life. Like it's got its own history of crappy TV and pop culture as well.
Exactly.
And that's cool.
Yeah, it feels very grounded, like in a reality sort of thing, just because of all those little like touches and everything, and how like closely it does manage to mimic some things. Like you were saying, the wrestler backstory. I love the wrestler backstory thing.
I love them so much.
Just listening to that, I was so hyped. I was just like, yeah.
Can we just like talk about how stupid and great like the character Tiger Millionaire is?
Yes, just like I love like business like fake business characters. You know, like the like there's something like Jungle Street Journal or something. It's like all this like dumb shit.
It
like,
was so stupid.
Like stocks and like I can't even describe.
Like Steven just off the cuff is just like, well, I'm gonna be Tiger Millionaire. I come from the jungle where I harvested coconuts for millions, and now I'm on the dirty streets.
In the coconut mines.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like they just capture like a child's imagination, but like also incorporated it in a stupid way where like it would make sense in a wrestling world. Like it's great. And then Amethyst, I love how Amethyst, like, my backstory is, as the purple puma, is pumas are cool. And I'm just like,
yeah. She had no reason. Like,
that's such great characterization between the two of them. Like, just the difference between Steven and Amethyst, because they're both like, oh, like they're the ones that like have fun, but like they're distinct, and that just like in like 2 seconds you get it immediately. Like,
yeah.
I think my favorite part is that so many people from Beach City are just a part of this underground secret wrestling thing. Like, it's no big deal.
Dude, that's the best part.
I was just like, this is like some Fight Club shit. What is going on?
Like, why are all these people here watching it? Like, it seemed like it was a huge turnout, too.
It's like never mentioned.
Nope.
It's just
point,
so
actually.
silly. Oh my god. I as soon as that like started happening, I was like, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense, but I love it.
And it was weird seeing those characters, like, now that we know them, and, like, back then when I watched this show, like, you don't know who Lars and Sadie are yet, like, you don't have a good idea of, like the, what's the name of the guy who runs the arcade?
I don't
like,
remember,
I don't
but I know who you're talking about.
But, like,
I can't remember his name.
And Ronaldo's in it, too, like, you know, like, I just thought they were, like, random characters when I first saw the episode, and now it's like, wait, they have actual, like, personalities, and I can, like, see that.
Yeah.
I think another aspect of this episode that I think is kind of special is how both Tiger Millionaire and Purple Puma, Amethyst and Steven's characters, are bad guys. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand in like what Amethyst wanted to be. Like, she wanted to like just have fun and beat up guys. And like Steven's like, I just want to hang out with you and wrestle. And like he goes to great lengths just to be a jerk and it is the funniest stuff. And then he hits that point where Lars goes up to him and is like, "Hey, will you sign my cup? I love you, Tiger Millionaire." And he's just like, "No," and he just like whacks it away. And then
you couldn't afford it.
He yells, he's like, "You couldn't afford it."
It's so good. And
I wrote this down. I love that the fact that they came out as like the bad guys or heels or whatever. I was just like, man, that is just perfect. And then I think one of my favorite things is just at the end of the episode when Pearl and Garnet like discover what they're doing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then you were saying how like
it was interesting that how like Garnet and Pearl suddenly became the bad guys. Like they
that was so
that
cute.
was the best part.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Like it was adorable.
Because like they were like, "You
I couldn't
shouldn't be
handle
doing
that.
this, Steven. We got to get out of here right now." And then like Steven had his big old speech, and they're like, "Okay, we're actually anti-professional. I mean, anti wrestling something or other." And they're like, "Okay, we're the bad guys now." And then everybody rallied around Tiger Millionaire and Purple Puma. It was great.
It was. They captured like that wrestling spirit like perfectly, and I was so happy about it.
It's crazy how well they captured that. Like, because they could have just like really like, oh, this is just a story for Amethyst and Steven, and like they just get in trouble and that's in the story. And like they could have very easily made them the good guys too. Like it's just like those little things to make things stand out a bit more. And I don't know about you guys, but I really appreciate that.
Yeah, totally. And I loved just like seeing, you know, like characters like Garnet and Pearl, who are usually more like kind of like either just like quiet or like really uptight, like getting into the wrestling thing, like just like for Steven. It's so nice. Everyone's so nice.
I like when she swings. She swings something around like pretending to hit Garnet, and then Garnet just kind of slowly falls backwards. I was like, "Oh
Garnet's
my god!"
the best. I love Garnet.
One of my favorite lines was when they find out, when Pearl and Garnet find out, and Pearl is like going all crazy, and she was like, "It's like a circus of violence."
Yeah,
it's just like I laughed so hard at that. I was like, "Oh my god, that is like perfect characterization of her. That is so something she would say."
It's a really good line. Like I could just imagine like mothers saying that in the 90s, like watching their children.
Exactly.
You know, like this is a circus of violence. You should be watching this. Yeah, like
it's such a mom thing to say.
It's really good. Yeah, I think all the characterizations of the characters come out really strongly in this episode. And like I said earlier, this is the one that stood out to me and got me, like, I was just hooked. I was like, I gotta see what else goes on.
Yeah, and regarding like characterization, the thing that really impressed me was how fast they handle it. Like in the first like 30 seconds of the episode, like they come back from the warp pad and like they're like doing a like debriefing on what they just did in the mission. It's like with like you immediately get like everyone's reactions to what they just did, and like you know who Garl Jesus Christ who all the characters like are. Like I was just like I was kind of blown away like looking back at it, like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Like they quickly like let you know who's the more rambunctious of the three, and like who is the leader and who is like, you know, more serious. And I think that all just kind of like leads to the ending perfectly.
And it works so well with like an episodic series without having to like, you know, they can have continuity like because they like do little like, you know, little signifiers of who all these characters are every episode. Like it just works out.
This episode was it was a super fun episode. So we're going out on a high note. Let's take a break, and we were going to come back and look at Beach Party. We'll see you guys soon.
Henry, will you please see what those boys are up to?
Introducing WWF Wrestling Buddy. Wrestling Buddies from Tonka. Punk 'em, bop 'em. Wrestling Buddies are looking for action.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Nothing, Dad.
Drop
Who do you think you are?
Dad, Hulk Hogan!
Wrestling Buddies want to be your buddy.
Henry, what's going on up there?
Nothing, dear.
WWF Wrestling Buddies, new from Tonka. Each sold separately.
Welcome back, everybody. We're looking at Beach City right now. Alex is going to take it away for us.
Okay, so like the first thing I thought when we started this episode, Beach Party, I was like, just the colors everywhere, like the fucking colors. Like the art design in the show is so good. Like I look at the combinations of colors and lines, and I want to like lick it.
I like the color and art design in this show better than Gravity Falls,
Yeah.
and I really like Gravity Falls' style. But god damn, some of the backgrounds
Yeah.
in this show are just mind blowing.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
if the character design is the best I've seen ever, but I will say the backgrounds are hella dope. Like the pastel colors really make the characters pop up on the screen. It is great.
It's funny you mentioned the character design because I wrote down in my notes, what are lips in Steven Universe?
Seriously.
They are, some people's lips are so insane. I'm just like, what am I even looking at? Like,
I mean, it kind
weird.
of makes sense. Like, you see like one kind of lips in cartoons a lot of the time. Like, they're just consistent across all characters. But like real life, there are all kinds of lips. Lips all over the place.
Lips all over.
It's
Lips everywhere.
I like it, but I'm just saying it's weird. It's different from what you usually see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading like that they go out of their way to like they don't have like consistent heights or like sizes for the characters, only relative to each other. So like they're really insistent on keeping it like cartoony in terms of like how the like the drawings can change. Like sometimes it's a little off model, but like that's almost intentional.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think my favorite thing about the show are like the long distance models, like when they're really far away. They're like so simplistic and just like stupid looking.
The little eyes.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
But, like, it's funny because like those like long distance models, like they're still incredibly expressive. Like there's a ton of moments where Steve is like running around, and you can easily see what he's yelling about or crying about. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know why those long distance models always just make me smile when I see them because they're just so funny looking. But anyway, let's like this episode, Beach Party. Let's give a quick general rundown. The episode starts like right away with some action, and they're fighting like this giant pufferfish, which, it's a giant pufferfish. It's cool.
It can blow wind.
It like ends up blowing Garnet like into a pizza shop, and then Amethyst like knocks it out in the water. They destroy the pizza shop, they get banned from the pizza shop, and then Steven tries to make it up to them by having a beach party. And that's the whole, like, point of the episode there. And I gotta say, the family that, like, owns the pizza shop or whatever...
The pizza family.
Yeah, the pizzas.
Pizzas are great.
The grandmother is the best.
Dude, you're so right! I wrote that too, it's like, Grandma is the best.
I love them in general, but she is definitely the best one.
Oh, she was just so funny. Like, she was the best character. The dad was just like this angry guy, and like
I kind of like him though.
Yeah, he was kind of cool, but nobody beats Grandma. That's it. She was my favorite, hands down. And like, I got to admit, like right off the bat here, I wasn't a huge fan of this episode. It felt like forgettable for me, and I know Alex is gonna like kill me. Tell me why it's good, Alex.
I mean, well, generally, like, there are specific things, but generally, I like the ones that are more kind of, like, understated, like, slice of life kind of thing. Like, I have a weakness for that.
Okay.
Like, I just finished watching Princess Jellyfish. That's a good slice of life anime if you're interested.
Oh my god. Dude, Nichijou.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched it.
Nichijou is the
you
absolute...
gotta watch Nichijou.
I've seen some great GIFs.
Oh my god.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't.
We need to like talk about that sometime because Nichijou is one of my all-time favorite anime.
Freaking fantastic. Anyways, sorry.
I've heard recommendations, but anyway. Let me think. All right, so like I liked. Let's see. Like what stuck out to me at the beginning was like when they're establishing all the characters, like in the fight with the pufferfish, like they kind of like parody like battle dialogue. Like Pearl says something like really like stupid and like earnest, like you can't hurt us or something, and like I don't know, it's just like it was so stupid, and like Amethyst totally calls her out for it. And then like I like that I have like the whole episode like revolves around the natural consequences of having like a fucking huge battle, which is like you destroy property. And so like
yeah,
I just like that, like, you know, because becomes clear how disconnected the gems are from like humans, because that's what like, I mean, this isn't really spoilers, but like that's kind of what Rose was for them, because she was the one who, you know, whatever. But like, and now Steven's like trying to fill that role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like he's like the peacekeeper between them. So like that, like I liked seeing that. And I like let's see. I like the beach outfits.
Yeah, I actually wrote a note
I wrote that
about
down.
that. I was like, I liked it when they had
They're
beach
so good.
outfits.
They're really
I wrote
cute.
down it was like magical girl swimming outfit
Yeah.
transformation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like this is the beach episode, you know?
So good.
Like there's always a beach episode in anime, and this is that.
Oh, I hope there's more.
There should be more, but
I think it's yeah. I guess it really wasn't that bad of an episode. I didn't really think of it from the angle of like kind of parodying that like superhero big fight where like property gets destroyed and everything.
mm-hmm.
I didn't actually see it from that angle when I just watched it, so that's kind of an interesting take on it. It makes me like it a little bit more.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, I'm with Alex here. I kind of appreciate the slice of life episodes because it's kind of like a cool down between like the more intense or like action heavy episodes. So it's kind of nice. Like the pacing of the overall show is pretty nice.
Yeah, I've heard people say like, oh, they should just like cut out like Steven and the humans and just have a show about the gems doing cool stuff in space. But like that would ruin
That would
it for
be
me.
boring. Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, yeah, the backstory with them is really, really cool, but like the human element is so important. Just like seeing like them, their little dumb shit lives, like, and like interacting with the gems' lives.
yeah, because they're so different. Like the gems are like so disconnected. Especially in the start. I feel like it gets better as they go on, as like the
Yeah.
show goes on. But like in the beginning, like they are just completely disconnected, it feels. And this episode was like proof of it. Exactly. Almost too much, I think. Because I don't really remember any other episodes where it's like this blatant.
Well, how do you mean?
Like, because the whole episode revolves around that. And I don't remember any other episodes that actually do that.
The episodes with like Connie's parents come to
Yeah.
mind, like when they have to go to dinner, like
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. But
That was a funny one.
yeah, it was.
The arcade comes to mind for me, where like Steven.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
the arcade, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, there-
so,
there's
all right,
a
I'm wrong.
handful
Just don't
of
listen to
them.
me.
I don't know, like the human element I think is pretty important, like what Alex was talking about before, because he's a bridge between both of them. And I think it's really funny when they when they start playing volleyball, like how Steven pairs up all the characters, because he
Yeah.
takes the gyms
Mhm.
and pairs them up with a pizza family member, and each one of them like are paired up perfectly, and it's fun just to watch
With
them.
like themselves.
and like it's just
I actually wrote that down in my
it's
notes
just
too.
hilarious.
I wanted to bring
the
that up.
interactions like between that whole bit, I thought was really, really funny. I especially liked Garnet and Papa Pizza, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Garnet and
Yeah.
Kofi. I really love them because like I just wrote in my notes like Square Mom and Square Dad become
Yeah.
friends. Because that's like they both have square hair.
Ugh.
It's perfect.
I just liked how they both
That
like
is great.
really used their power to like enforce them like themselves winning.
yeah.
But I think this is really stupid. But my favorite part about the whole like volleyball matches was when Grandma like turns to Stevens like, "Hey, did you know if you superheat the sand, it turns into glass?" And Stevens like, "Oh, okay." Like I was just like, "Thanks, Grandma."
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
that was amazing. Yeah.
It just the whole matchup thing was probably my favorite part of the episode. Because like they just got along so well, and like I was actually like, oh, this is pretty.
It was
fun,
really
you know?
sitcom-y, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
a sucker for character interaction, so like this is my shit.
Who was your favorite?
And
And then of
who was your
course,
favorite pair up, Alex?
Probably just Kofi and Garnet because they're like both ridiculous in a very quiet way. But like it's weird, like you're talking about the like how they were all paired up because I've noticed there are like other trios of characters who kind of like mirror the gems. Like there's like the three cool teenagers
Oh, yeah.
kind of do in like in their design, and then there's one other like what was it? I can't remember. There was some other like trio of humans that like they're like analogous to the gems in some way, but that's kind of weird to me. It's cool.
yeah, I wonder
but,
why
like,
they do that. It's like 3 times apparently. Like it. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
more than once.
I think it's something to do with like Steven interacting with different groups of people.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
It's cool. It's very thematically interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the episode kind of ends with Steven and Grandma organizing everybody while they take out the giant pufferfish.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I liked how much sense the plan makes. Like, it's like, oh, it's a net, so like it can't blow it away, and like, you know, like,
oh, let's make glass from before to pop it. Yeah,
Chekhov's gun.
It's good.
It's exactly what it was. Yeah, and the whole scene was it was really actiony. It was fun, and Grandma was just badass.
Yeah,
Grandma's the best. Like nobody beats Grandma.
How can you beat Grandma?
That's
best character in the show. Nobody else matters. Let's just have a show about Grandma.
that I could get down with.
Grandma's Universe done.
Grandma's Universe.
I'd watch it.
Oh
no! Did you know? Okay, I'm about to rain down some real sad stuff. For you guys.
No!
Okay.
There's because I was saying Grandma and everything, and it reminded me. There's an Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe crossover.
No!
Oh yeah. It's this Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not watching it. Nope, not
You're
for
not,
me.
Oh, come on,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
watch it.
do it for Steven.
I'm gonna watch it.
Do it for Steven.
Do it for Steven.
Like I've seen posts from like the creators of Steven Universe, and they're like excited for it. So it's, I mean, Uncle Grandpa isn't stellar, but like
it's terrible. It's so bad. Don't try to redeem
It's pretty.
I'm not trying to redeem it. I'm just saying.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of Pete Steve.
Well, of course you are. You are Pizza Steve.
Thanks.
I mean that as a compliment,
Yeah, I
by
know.
the way.
I assumed
Okay.
you did. I mean, we're not.
But I think it could be good. I mean, like they released a poster today that actually looked kind of ridiculous and a little badass. So I don't know.
just can't get it. They're gonna.
It could be horrible. Like I'm fully open to that possibility. Like they should not mesh at all. Like that doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because Steven Universe crew is so good at everything.
This is true, and these last 2 episodes are proof of it. They're just like every episode. I don't think there's like a bad episode of Steven Universe.
No,
it's just everything about it is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's hard not to just like fall in love with this show when you watch it.
Totally.
And just the characters, the setting, the art, even the music.
Oh yeah. God.
When I was at MagFest this year, I went to the Steven Universe panel, and they showed like some music from upcoming episodes. It was the one with Steve and Connie, the fusion one.
Oh yeah. That's
And
a great episode.
the music in it, they played it for us there, like a longer extended version and everything, and it was so good. And they showed like some concept art and stuff like that, and it was awesome. Like they're just an absolutely fantastic crew making this. Rebecca Sugar even played a few songs live, and that was awesome.
Oh god, I gotta go with some cons.
Gotta go to a con where they're gonna be. I'd go to a panel and see them again.
Yeah.
They are the dopest of the dope.
Yeah, what Steve said. It's pretty dope. And if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't checked out Steven Universe, boy, I think we all recommend it pretty highly, right?
Oh yeah, it's like
I can't recommend it enough.
I'm gonna be honest. Before we started this podcast, I wasn't too keen on Steven Universe. I hadn't really watched it. Both these guys told me to check it out. Did not regret a second of it.
we just like hurt him until he watched it, and he doesn't even regret it.
No,
We waterboarded him
I did
until he
not
watched it.
mind the physical pain.
over Skype. That's a thing now.
It's the new feature in the latest update.
Yeah.
You can waterboard via Skype.
And like the laptop shoots water at you. It's great.
It's not very good for the laptop, though. It's really a problem, actually. But it's like all the best parts of a magical girl anime and like a weird cartoon and like slice of life stuff and weird like action and like gay rocks, and it's really everything I could ask for in a TV show. So if any of that sounds appealing or unappealing to you, you should go ahead and like, I don't know, actually I watched it on dubious websites, so I'm not sure where you're supposed to go, but
Try to watch it live.
Yeah.
I try.
Because that helps ratings. But
Yeah.
if not, there's some
It's
places
on Cartoon
you can
Network,
think it's
go.
guys.
Oh yeah, on the Cartoon Network website, if you have a TV provider, you can put it in, and then you can watch the episodes. I remember hearing that, and I think you can also like buy them on iTunes or something.
Yeah, there's places you can go, you know what I mean, if you want to acquire them legally. And if you don't have the currency, there's places.
But if you do that, then like totally like promote
Yeah,
it, like we're doing
like
right
what we're
now.
doing.
See, we're not in the moral wrong because we're promoting it.
Support that shit, man. We need more Steven Universe. All right, so that's about it for this episode. I mean, we're not in the moral wrong. We're good people. Please like us, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you again, everybody, for watching this week's episode on Steven Universe. We were super hyped to record this and talk about one of our favorite shows of all time. And hey, if you liked it too, show some support. Go share us on your social medias. Go follow us on
Twitter.
The YouTubes, the Twitters. We're on iTunes. We're on SoundCloud, Podomatic. And hey, if you're listening to us on iTunes, give us a rating and a review. Because that shit really, really helps us get to the new and noteworthy section in the podcast area of iTunes.
Please.
It's super helpful.
Do it. Believe in Steve.
Believe in Steve! Viewer, listener.
The people of this world believe in Steve.
Believe in me, because I am the best. I am Steven. I'm done. I can't do that. All right, check us out on the subreddit. You can see what we're doing. You can start conversations with people who just want to watch cartoons. It's a really dope thing that we hope that you guys can use. And you can suggest cartoons for us and everything. It's going to be tight. So what are we doing next week?
Alex, tell the good people what you have chosen.
Next week, okay, I found this series last year on the recommendation of a friend. Next week, we are going to be watching an episode of the Mr. T animated TV series. And it is called The Ninja Mystery.
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
We are really pumped for this.
It is season 1, episode 7. So if you want to watch along with us, make sure you give it a watch sometime this week. Go to the subreddit, man. Tell us what you thought of it. I'm sure this is going to be the hypest shit that has ever been on this show. Forget Steven Universe. Forget Gravity Falls, Teen Titans. Who needs that when you have animated Mr. T?
Now, Mr. Steven Universe would be a great crossover.
Oh my god, wouldn't it?
Fuck Uncle Grandpa.
Oh, I can't. You're out. Done. This week, you're out of the podcast.
And on that note...
We'll see you later!
And on that note... Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Alex. I'll miss you.
Miss you too.